1 minute. Actually, what's happening? So if I'm going with the entire screen, that share audio and share a tab instant getting disabled. However, if I put Chrome tab, then it is coming. So that is the reason, I guess. So I'm going to share the PPT. Then it is not allowing me to share the audio. So
Okay, sir.
any workaround, ma'am?
Let me check, sir. Can you share that video, sir? We will play video our side, sir.
But it will be a glitch, no, ma'am. Okay, 1 minute. Let me figure out.
Sir, are you presenting any screen, sir?
Not yet, ma'am,
Okay.
because it's not giving any option, so I didn't. 1 minute. I sent a video file in WhatsApp, ma'am. Please check.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, I didn't receive that video, sir, in WhatsApp.
Yeah, it's a little big file. It's 100 MB file. It is still transmitting. I'll update you.
Okay. Sir, could you share the file in the Google Drive itself? Like, you can try with in Google Drive.
Okay, 1 minute.
You can just play that video file from the Google Drive itself, sir.
1 minute. Let me check it.
Okay, sir.
Hope you got the file, ma'am, in WhatsApp, and I'm loading it in Drive as well.
Yes, sir. I received that file, sir. Let me check.
So Google Drive, it's not working, man. It's telling couldn't preview file. The file is too large to preview. Uh,
Okay, sir.
Generally, we do Teams in our office for sharing and also I'm little comfort with Microsoft Teams.
Microsoft.
But it's fine. Just you go ahead with the videos. Only the video part you just help me. So the remaining things I will do from. Only the audio is not coming. Otherwise, I will play the video without audio.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. We will try, sir. Mm.
Okay. Maybe Google should give this option. Even if we are going for entire screen, also they should allow us to share the audio.
Now we're stuck on this stupid tower in the middle of.
You as a user can put in what you have in your refrigerator, and whether you want Mexican food, Chinese food, or different genres of
From our
food,
end
it'll
also,
create a new recipe
sound
for
is
you.
not
It's
coming, sir.
custom.
It's not audible, sir.
No, like if you download the PPT in your local machine and if you play it, you will get the audio, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. Dhyanesh, you start the presentation, ma. Shah will share the screen.
So can I start, ma'am?
Sir, wait, sir. Few seconds, wait.
Pleasant morning to all. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the International One Week Faculty Development Program on Deep Learning Techniques for Social Media Analytics, jointly organized by the Department of Computer Applications, Kongu Engineering College, Perundurai, Tamil Nadu, India, in association with the College of Computing and Information Sciences, University of Technology and Applied Sciences, IBRI, Oman. This program is said to be a rewarding opportunity uniting distinguished faculty and researchers from across the world to explore the latest developments in this dynamic field. Let's seize this opportunity to expand our knowledge and network with peers who share our passion for deep learning and social media analytics. Welcome is the noblest action of all. With this note, we extend heartfelt greetings to our esteemed resource persons, dedicating organizing team, distinguished faculties, and researchers. Today's session is centered around data analytics techniques in social media. We are thrilled to have an exceptional speaker joining us who will share invaluable insights. Without delay, let me introduce our esteemed speaker for today's session. It gives me great pleasure to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guest, Navanithan Gopal, Data Science Manager at Ingram Micro Chennai. His impressive journey as a data science manager at Ingram Micro, coupled with over 8 years of experience in data science and analytics, showcases his expertise in delivering impactful solutions to complex business challenges. His proficiency in Python data analysis, machine learning, statistical analysis, and AI technologies further highlights his dedication and skill in this field. Navanithan holds a master's degree in computer applications from Sriram Engineering College and actively participates in volunteering activities, demonstrating a well rounded commitment to continuous learning and community service. Additionally, he holds certifications in artificial intelligence and has participated in AI related events such as AI Innovation Day and the Microsoft AI Tour. Now, I invite Navanithan to take over the session.
Thank you, Artika. Thank you, team. I will resume my presentation. One moment. So let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Good morning, all. Thank you all for having me here. I'm happy to share my knowledge. So today, the first time I'm speaking for a 2 hour session. Every time I used to go for 40 minutes or 1 hour session. So I will try to make you interactive and engaging. And please feel free to interrupt me in middle of the session if I'm going, my face is fast, or if you have some questions, please feel free to stop me. And we will try to have interactive session. So we are here to share the knowledge, so let's have it two way. Please feel free to share your thing. And the topic which I'm speaking today, so it's a evolving topic. So day by day things are coming. And say last week something I seen, and today it is not available. So let's share and speak and have a excellent 2 hours, the next 2 hours. And I'm in my presentation mode, so I don't have access to the chat and the browser. So if anything, the moderator please help me to pass the message. Yes. So today, the topic, so AI. So everyone is asking about AI. Even mobile company or transport company or retail company. So everyone wants to talk about AI, and everyone wants to have AI in their product. Say Samsung introduced the new mobile with AI technology. Even though the user don't have much experience in AI, so they are trying to give the AI experience to the user. So similar way, the home appliances or anything, say even you are going into Amazon or sorry. Okay, so even if you are buying some product in Amazon or Flipkart, or even you are watching Netflix or Amazon Prime, so everywhere you will touch AI. And things got changed relatively after ChatGPT. So before ChatGPT, most of them just talking about AI, but after ChatGPT, everyone got the opportunity to feel what is AI, how it will be helpful. So I have some updates and demos, so I will try to cover as much as possible. So yes, the topic, coming to the topic, the AI takeover, a brave new word. So are we going to see a brave new word or how? So let's see. Okay, so I will talk little about myself. So already the moderator given me the introduction. Thanks for that. Yes, myself Navneethan Gopal. I work as a data science manager at Ingram Micro. So this is my LinkedIn profile and my Twitter handle. So please feel free to connect with me. I'm happy to share the knowledge. And I'm also running a few technical communities, but that are based on Chennai, Azure Developer Community and Innovation AI. So I know Congo Engineering College in Erode. So if you get an opportunity to come to Chennai, just try to attend our events. So mostly it will be on third Saturday. It will happen in Microsoft office. So we try to bring people from industry and give a talks, demos. So feel free to join us whenever you get an opportunity. And I'm happy to assist you. So the today agenda, yeah. So I'm going to talk a little about industry versus academia. So what academia is focusing on, and what industry is working on, and do we have any gap? So I'm going to touch little, and I will talk little on what is data science, machine learning. I believe the session, the event is happening for last 2 3 days. So the previous speaker covered on some social media analytics. Even yesterday I attended that YouTube web scraping, and the before day the NLP basics and all. So I will touch little, and I will talk. Okay, I don't have a data science experience, I don't have a programming skills, how I can try AI. So this session will give you little understanding. So then I will talk about the generative AI era. So what is generative AI, and how it evolved, and what's happening as of now, and what is the next step. Yes, I attended your session. I'm interested to explore generative AI, how I can. Yes, I will give you some links and references. Yes, I try to have this session beginner friendly, even without any experience. I don't have experience in programming language or data science or anything. So this session will be helpful for you, and it will help you to start your generative AI journey. Okay, so the first thing, so whenever you go into any online courses or academic, so everyone, even if you open YouTube, people will say, I'm a data science engineer, I'm earning this much. So these techniques I learned, because of that I'm working on this. Yes, so in terms of marketing perspective, or in terms of hype, they are speaking more on that. Even one person will come and are you a chat GPT engineer, or are you a prompt engineer, you can earn 40L 50L. So is it reality? In reality it works in a different way. I try to give some clarity on that. So they focus more on ML code. So they talk about the models, for example, what is neural network, random forest, or regression. Whenever I go for any event or meet some students or some persons, they start asking, they want to work only on deep learning, they work only on vision problems. But in reality, that is not the way. Even you can start with the simple problems. So if you want to start your journey, you can start simple, and there are some hidden items are there, so that I will speak here. So what enterprises focus on? So in our perspective, ML code, it's a very minimal part. So without ML code, say 5 to 10 percentage of your work will be dependent on ML code. So the remaining factor, like collecting the data and doing the validation and monitoring the data, or monitoring the model which you implemented, and getting the right features from the data. Sometimes what's happening, yes, you have the ML use case and you started working on it, but you don't have the right data. So without right data, even if you are implementing the right model, the ROI will not be there. So we have to focus on the right data and the right use case. I will have more examples in the next slides, but I will talk a little here. So similar way, we need to manage about the ML resources. Say you are going to run some ML model. So what is the infrastructure you require? So what is the for your example, you are having a laptop and you are running it, so what is the RAM size and what is the memory? So similar way, your model need more resources, then you can go to cloud and you can use GPUs or TPUs. So that also you have to decide it. And what are all the processing tools? Say with one tool you cannot do everything. So what are all the other supporting tools which you need, or which you need exposure? So that is also important. And finally, the model deployment. So most of the cases I see, so people create everything in a Python file and they will execute it, and they will get some model accuracy and they will close it. So we will not stop there. So we have to deploy that model. Say whether it will be a batch or the online. For example, batch, say Amazon. So Amazon doing some machine learning model, and it is used for their recommendation. So when you are buying a product in Amazon, so it will show you some recommendations. So they have done with their recommendation problem. So that is the online prediction. So every time, whenever the user clicking on one product, it has to show the recommendations. So it is every second it has to update it. It's online. So you have to connect it. So here the data science problem will not stop by identifying the right product. So after that, you have to deploy that model, and maybe you are adding that into cloud, and you are creating some endpoints, and you are connecting that endpoints with your front end application. So every time automatically it has to connect and it has to show the recommendation product. For example, you are buying a computer. So while buying the computer, it may suggest Office 365 or keyboards or mouse, so it will show you the recommendation. So that part also we need to focus. Okay, I'm done. Say I created a model and I deployed it. Is it over? No. So then you have to watch your models. For example, the model working fine with some data. Suddenly you are getting some new data which is not fitting into that model. So then you may get error, or the accuracy may drop. So in that scenario, how are you going to manage it? So what is the plan to manage that? So everything you should have a plan. So in terms of enterprises, so they focus on all this area. So the reason I'm talking about this, so as a student, or when you start your journey, don't focus only on machine learning code or picking the models. Just think out of it. There are other roles, or there are other activities which require. So that is very important. So I just try to give a hierarchy of needs in terms of data science. I'm just going with bottom to top approach. So here I have given with 5 different categories: collection, moving or storing, and exploring or transformation, then aggregating it, and finally optimizing it. So in terms of collecting, so I already mentioned that in the previous slide, the data collection, and which is very important. So how you are collecting the data? So again, I will talk the example of Amazon or Netflix. So today whole session I will talk more about this use cases itself, because you can relate it easily. I strongly believe that every one of you could have placed some product, some order in Amazon or Flipkart, or you should have watched some movie or something in Amazon Prime or Netflix. So I will try to give example around that. say Amazon. So you want to do some analysis on Amazon data. So the data is, so one buyer is reaching out to you, so they are selling some retail products. So now they are asking, so which product having more market value, I mean which more demand. So you have to help him to identify it. So in that scenario you have to collect the data. So for example, it is a television. So what you can do in television, what are all the features are there? So what is expected? For example, my case, so now everyone having a sufficient internet bandwidth. So everyone wants a smart TV. So I have to connect YouTube, all these streaming applications. So that television will have a high demand. So this is based on my domain knowledge. So when you are starting a problem, so you should know about the product or the industry, the domain knowledge. Accordingly you can pick the right data. So in terms of collection, you have to collect the data and logging. Sometimes say if you take the other case, you want to work on some threat identification. Say in threat identification, how much data coming into your system, you have to log everything. So what is the anomaly? So that part will come in logging. Some cases, user generated content, I have some demos there, I will cover about the generating content. And the you have to know about the business problem. So what is the use case you are going to solve it, and the data availability. So whether you have the right data and entire data. So all these will come under the collection category. So then going forward, uh, data flow. So data flow, it is nothing but I said the previous example. So the recommendation will not stop one time. So the flow, so for example, today some product they purchased, some recommendation came. Tomorrow, next week, next month, it keep on going. So you have to create the pipeline, how the data flow. So what is the source, and how it reach the machine learning model. So you have to define it. Then the infrastructure. So infrastructure, I already said, whether you are going to run the model in GPU, TPU, or Python, TensorFlow. So you have to define everything. Or I'm going to use some cloud environment like GCP or Azure. So that also you have to decide it. So then the data storage. So how you are going to store your data. So is it in the SQL or non no SQL? How it, whether it I have a structured data or unstructured data. So that also you have to define it. So then, yes, I have the data, and I have set up the pipeline to pipeline and infrastructure. So the next step is cleaning the data. Say whatever the data you are receiving, it may not be cleaned data. So it may have outliers, or it may have missing data. So how you are going to handle it? So that part will come under the data cleansing, the EDA part we do, and we take care of this cleaning. Then the anomaly detection. So anomaly detection also important factor. So do we have any anomalies? So do we need to remove that? It's kind of exploring the data, and we are doing the preparation. So once all done, so then yes, I have the data, I created the flow, and I'm doing the cleansing. Then I need to know what I'm going to achieve with this data. So what is the problem I'm solving, and what metrics I'm defining it. So here, for example, the example I said, the Amazon buyer asking you to help on the trending product. So here the metric is how much sales increased, or how many volume increased. So that is the metrics he want to define it. And he can create some segments as well. So which segment I can focus more. And so uh, they should have a complete analytics plan on that, so that he can understand what to achieve. So then yes, I have done everything. Now I'm just validating my model. For example, I have the metric segment, so I need to test my model, right? So I'm preparing everything. So is it performing good? So you can go with A/B testing, or you can do some experiments, or some simple ML algorithms to evaluate or optimize your model accuracy. So once you all done with this, yes, you are into the data science part, the AI or deep learning. So it is the top thing. So this is the bottom to top approach. You have to well versed in all these areas. So now yes, so I spoke about the what the academic focus on, and the industry. Then I said about the complete the metric. So now the focus areas, always how I see. So I already said about the domain knowledge. So domain knowledge, it's very important. For example, if you are working on the retail problem, you should have sufficient knowledge to understand. If you are defining the problem statement, uh, once you have the domain knowledge, then only you can create the problem statement. So always you should know what problem you are going to solve it. So that requires the domain knowledge. Then the data availability, I have spoken in the previous slide. So yes, you have defined everything, but without data you cannot create the model, or you cannot execute it. So the data availability is very important. And nowadays all the companies are seeing the ROI, which is return on investment. For example, I'm spending this much, so what is the outcome I'm getting it. So maybe I don't want to reveal the brand name. So one company recently started something, and they are earning, for example, 500 rupees. So for earning 500 rupees, they are spending some 2500 or 3000 rupees. So which means they are spending more money, and but they are earning very less. So which is not suitable. So as a, maybe some brands, initial days they do it to grab the market, but it has to turn into the profit. Say after 1 year or 2 year, they have to move into the profit area. If not, it will not be a successful business. So similar thing we have to focus here as well. So I'm creating some problem statement, and working on the data and creating the models, but what is the value I bring to the organization? What is the return on investment? So that is very important. You have to focus on that. And some focus areas I have given here. So whenever you are trying some data science machine learning thing, so always ask yourself whether this use case need AI or ML. Because now everyone wants to try AML, but if your use case is not required to start AML, please don't do it. And always start with a simple problem, because it will help you to grow. I'm telling it, ma'am. So if you are taking from IBM, so you don't know how they collected the data, so what is the sample or what is the population they have used it, that you don't know. But so that is the only way you can get the data. But from the organization or from the industry perspective, so we have our transaction data. So if you take the HR data, we have HR data, we have all our employees and our employees data. So I have the live data. So we are focusing on that. So if in your example, instead of taking from IBM
You
or,
mean real time data?
yes,
You mean real time
yes,
data, your own company data, right?
yes.
Okay,
maybe
okay.
maybe you will ask how I can get that data. Yes, you can. For example, in your college, definitely you have your professors and faculties and students. So you can take your employees data as a HR data, and you can start doing some analysis on that. So it will be add more value to your problem statement. So that is the say here. I'm not telling we don't need coding for data collection or data validation. I'm telling focus more on data collection. So instead of downloading the data from Kaggle or instead of downloading from IBM, just derive the data from yourself. For example, in your college, you get the data. So then, if missing data is there, so you try to evaluate with your own data. For example, you are getting some mechanical department data. So there we don't have some sales in, sorry, some salary information. Then you can reach out to the right team how you can get that information and add it into the model. So instead of handling average, I mean replacing with the average or some other techniques you are using to replace the
Okay.
data. So that is my
Okay,
say
sir.
here.
So now, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
So my point is, when I'm looking at IBM data, it goes to the number of rows, or the data set is really huge, really, really huge. Let's say somewhere around 2000 or something. But as per your statement, if I'm trying to take my college data, I hardly have somewhere around 300 people, staff, or something. Will that make any difference on my model, sir? The data size, sample size, will it make any difference on my model that I'm trying to build?
Yeah, definitely. Good question. Yes, it may not sufficient to run the model. So in that scenario, you have to do a curated data. So you can use some system to For example, you have 300 data, how you can make that 300 data to 30,000 or 1 lakh. So that is one way. Or you can ask some other person. So definitely similar to you, you have friends in your different colleges, so is it possible for you to get that data? Or you can change some other way, but it's tough to solve, but you have to work on that. And maybe the next question I'll come here. Say you have even though you have 30,000 or 40,000 data, but in that time also, how much time you spend on data collection and data validation?
Sir, it is readily available in Kaggle. So I'm literally not spending any time on data
Yes,
collection.
yes, yes. So here I'm telling my point. So in industry, that is not the case. I'm spending 50 to 60 percentage of my work into the data collection part itself. So whatever the data I have in my org, it is not readily available. So I have to pick the right data for my model. So I'm telling, come with the mindset that whenever you are joining the organization or the industry, come with the mindset that the data will not be readily available. So you have to choose the data, you have to pick the data, you have to work on the ETL part. So that is my strong recommendation here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, maybe like you asked a little early, ma'am. So here I'm trying to show based on the circle size. For example, if pre-processing or deploying ML model having high weightage, which means you need to spend more time on this. So in terms of clean data or choosing the ML model, so this having a less time. But yes, say 100%, 30 to 50% will be on the data collection, pre-processing, cleaning. So then the ML model part, some 5 to 10 percentage only. So I'm just trying to tell that you will spend less time in choosing the ML model, so the remaining time you spend it on the other activities. So that is only my update here. I mean, I'm just trying to convey that message here. So then let's talk about the iceberg theory. So generally, people how see data science. So data science, they will think about ML code and analysis. So that's what they see. But actually, it is not. So if you are joining a data scientist in any of the industry, so you have to do different roles. Only expert in ML or data analysis will not be sufficient. For example, so I already talk more on the data collection. So the remaining part, like software engineering. So why I'm telling software engineering, so nowadays whatever the model we are creating, we are working on some POC. So we have to give some demo to the audience or my management. So I should have some understanding how I can create application. Yes, maybe you use Flask or Gradio to create some visuals, but you should have some understanding, you should have some basics on HTML, JavaScript. So even though you are focusing, you want to be a data scientist, you focus on the other areas as well. And nowadays DevOps playing a major role because of Docker and Kubernetes. So whatever the applications or whatever the model we are creating it, we have to deploy it. So we should have some understanding on the DevOps part. Under the product engineering, so the recent days, the product engineer or the product manager part is evolving more. So you should have some understanding on the product engineering part and the business intelligence. So that is also very important. So how much understanding you have it on the business, and how much you can create some metrics, so that is also important. So always don't focus only on the machine learning part or the data analysis part, focus on the other areas as well. Say spend some good amount of time on these areas. So that is the message I'm conveying here. And yes, we spoke about the entire thing. I just want to give a small example. So here I'm picking the problem statement of how much do you need to retire. So it's our final goal, right? So we are coming, studying, getting job, so settling. After what? So retiring. So retiring time. So how much money I should have or what I should have to retire. So these are all the certain futures I'm showing. For example, how much saving you have. So what is the asset you have. So how much expenses I will have after my retirement. Definitely at older age we will high possibility to get some illness. So because of that, what is the, do you have health insurance, or do you have a term insurance, medical insurance? So all these factors having a high weightage on your retirement plan. So the problem statement, I guess you are clear, and these are all the features having some impact on that. So now I'm just converting this into a data science or machine learning model. So I already spoke about the features. So expenses which having a high weightage. For example, I'm say I have invested a good amount of money in bank, so I'm getting say 50,000 every month, but my expenses are 60,000. So then the expenses having a high weightage. So if expenses are more, then I should have more savings also. So here expense feature having more weightage. So similar way, assets and what is the return I'm getting from the investments, so that is also having the weightage. Then we talk about the insurance, inflation, some dependents. So how many kids or how many dependents I have, so based on that the model will change. So I just try to give the features here. So then I can go into the algorithm part. So what algorithm I can use it to predict it. So I can go with the logistic regression or nearest neighbor or gradient boost. So these algorithms I can use to get what I need. So how much, say for example, I'm predicting how much amount I need to have it in my savings account or as my investment to retire. So you can use any of these algorithms. Yes, I have the features and I used algorithms to predict my model. So what's next? So the parameters. So I need to evaluate the model, right? So what is the learning rate the model has, and the loss function, and so these are all the certain criteria, the parameters to evaluate my model. Okay, I'm done everything and I'm getting 72 percentage. So generally people will not accept if we get 72% accuracy, but in industry we accept it because of our data and other features. Even 70-75% also we accept it. But when we are downloading the data from Kaggle or some other source, yes, we will get 90-95%, even 99% accuracy also we used to get. So here we should have the mindset change. So in real time, 70, even 65 percentage also sometimes we accept the model accuracy. And what you can do, okay, I'm getting it 72 percentage, then you can do some iterations, like you can remove some features, you can add some features, or you can change some algorithm. Then you will try to increase the model accuracy. So this is the overall idea on the model creation. So now yes, so this is I taken from scikit, and yes, I don't know which algorithm I should take it. So in that scenario this will be helpful.
Sir,
Yes ma'am.
can I interrupt?
Yes, sure.
The previous slide, you have mentioned iteration, isn't it?
Yes.
And the iteration, basically, you're saying that 65% itself is acceptable. And if you want to raise the iteration, then you're going to play with the data set.
No. If 65 percentage, if I'm passing that to my management and they are not happy with the percentage, so I want to increase 65 to 67 or 70. So then I will go for the iterations.
So, what happens in iteration, sir?
So iterations, it's a combination. So as I said, so in my first iteration, I taken expenses, asset, ROA, insurance. So these features to predict my model. But in the second iteration I may remove some of the features. For example, here inflation, I will add some other feature which is not listed here, or I will remove dependence feature. So in that scenario I'm just going for the second iteration to increase my model accuracy. Or I'm changing the algorithm. Say logistic regression, I'm not, it's not giving me the right accuracy percentage, so I will try something. So my goal is to increase the accuracy.
Thank you, sir.
Okay ma'am, thank you. So this image will give you a little understanding on the different techniques, the regression, classification, clustering techniques. Say your sample size is less, like ma'am said, we have less employees, so you should get more data. So yes, I have more sample size. So then are you predicting a category? So if you are predicting a category, it will go under the classification or clustering part. uh, like you have a labeled data. So if you have the labeled data, so then it will go to the classification part. But I don't have the labeled data, it will go to the clustering part. So I have sorry, I'm predicting the quantity. For example, how much amount, or then you can go with the regression part. So this will give you little understanding on selecting the algorithms. I will share the slides after the session, or you can just get this from scikit site itself. And so nowadays we started using AutoML. Like yes, I don't have sufficient knowledge on picking the model, or I don't have sufficient time. So then you can use AutoML. Say you have GCP or Azure, so they have the AutoML services. So the user, I need to give only the data set and the configurations. So then the AutoML tool will take care of everything. The futurization and the algorithm selection, hyperparameter tuning, so it will do everything. And finally it will give me the model leaderboard. For example, so it used XGBoost, Light BGM, and KNN, and it will give me the rank and with the score. So whichever the model giving the high score, I can just pick it. And in terms of the feature engineering also, it will take care of the missing values, class imbalance, or the cardinality, or the encoding, one hot encoding and all. The AutoML model itself take care. So you can just go through it, and you can just have idea what is AutoML and how it will be helpful to the data scientist. Because of this technology, now one term called citizen data scientist. So citizen data scientist, it is nothing but the person who don't have more idea on the model part and the everything, so they act as a citizen data scientist. So here they are proposing like a low code ML solution. So with the help of AutoML, you need to write code, but very little. Just you have check on what is AutoML, you will get more clarity. And the reason we are using it to build a rapid prototype. For example, every month we get lots of POCs, some proof of concept. So we need to create a prototype very quickly. So in that scenarios, we use AutoML to do it. So with the help of AutoML, we can increase the productivity as well. Within a day you can run some model and uh, get the output. If you are doing it manually, it may take more time. So in that scenario this will be useful. And also it is helping us to improving the existing model. For example, you are doing it, I mentioned about the iterations, right? So you are trying with different features, or you are trying with different algorithms. So with the help of AutoML, in a one click you can run n number of algorithms, and you can get different models output. So in that way it will be more effective. And scalability. Say you are running it, say for example, you are working for a global company, and you created some recommendation system for India. So you have launched it and you are getting very good response. Then the management comes and ask you to expand this to all the countries. Say they have presence in 55, 60 countries. So you have to expand this to US, Canada, all the countries. So in that scenario, this AutoML things will be scalable. So easily you can move into, you can change the country data and you can move into the different countries. And yes, it has some disadvantage as well, like it's a black box. So inside what's happening, uh, you are just passing the data and the setting up the metrics, and you are getting the output. So inside what's happening, that we don't have, and we have very limited control. So when you are doing it yourself, you can control everything, but in AutoML you have very less control, and overfitting may happen. And it may not be possible in all use cases, it will work only in certain use cases. Okay. Yep. So for any questions?
Sir, can you suggest the algorithms for AutoML, sir?
um, no algorithms, ma'am. So tools I can
Okay.
refer. Like I'm not sure your college having tie up with Google or Microsoft, so they have some student ambassador program, or they have some program for the faculties, so where you can register and you can get free credits, and you can
Okay.
explore on that. So that is one way. Or there is a free package called PyCarrot. So just check PyCarrot. So PyCarrot is providing the AutoML services. So it's a just pip install, and you can install Conda environment and you can try it out.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so I will just talk a little on some use cases. So today I have some small demo, but depends on time because my next topic will go for long. So these are all the areas. The reason I picked the customer sentiment in one of the previous session, they given NLP and identifying the feedback sentiment. So whether the customer talking positive or negative. So that's the reason I picked it. And so what segments we need to focus? For example, so you are manufacturing some of the cloth items, the jeans. So in that scenario, you have to focus to the young generation, say 25 years or 20 years to 35 years. So if you are focusing to the older age, the product may not go good. So in that scenarios, creating segments will be helpful. And you are planning some product improvements. Say you launched some product and it is not going good, so you need to improve the product features. So in that scenario also this will be helpful. And you can determine the effective communication channel. Say you have a product and you are doing the advertising. For example, you are putting advertisement in TV, YouTube channel, and newspaper, and some other channel. So which channel giving you more business? For example, you are putting it in YouTube, and because of the YouTube placement you are getting more revenue, whereas you spent more money on newspapers, but the turnout is very less. So to determine that effectiveness also we can use this. And we can prioritize the customer service issues. For example, Amazon itself, you are buying some product, and the product damaged product delivered to you. So then you are calling your customer care, or you are writing comment in their feedback. So the customer support team can look into the comment and take a fast action, immediate action, so that they can sort out the problem. Like they can replace the right product to you. So in that way they are improving the customer experience. So always we focus on the customer experience to retain the customer. So this kind of use cases will be helpful on that. And finally, some creating a benchmark on the customer satisfaction or ease of doing business. So this is also we are getting some feedback, and whether the customer is happy. So we can set up some benchmark. For example, if they are providing a satisfaction score of 4.5, yes, the customer is satisfied. So if the score is lesser than that, you can you can reach out to the customer, and you can move into the next action. So these are all the different use cases. I will show some effective communication channel and segmentation part if time permits. So that's all I have on this first session. Any questions? Okay, I'll move on. Okay, so now we have some interesting things. So like you can unmute and talk about this. Are you aware of this product, and why they are using AI here? Have you seen this
No,
earlier?
sir. No, sir. We know about diet soda,
Okay,
but no, what AI got to do with this, we are totally not aware of it.
yes. So Coca-Cola used AI to create this product, the flavor. So they used different features to get the flavor of this cola. You can just Google, and you will get it. You can read a detailed use case. So my ask is why they need AI in this product. Like we can have your understanding or your thoughts. You can share it. Anyone?
Probably to analyze what the customers are requiring, like low sugar, low calorie, to increase for marketing, better marketing strategies. Maybe I can put it that way.
Okay.
Sir, they have used the AI for making the design and logo to create
Uh,
it more effective for customer. With the
okay.
help of many softwares related to AI, they can build it more attractive.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, you are right, sir. Some products they are doing it, but in this product, only for flavor they have used it. To generate the flavor, they have used AI. So it's nothing but, so this is my perception. Don't take me wrong. So now everyone wants to try AI. Say in college, so I'm seeing many colleges introduced DS, AI background. I mean specialization. All companies, so they are giving some papers. So it should have AI. So it is a buzzword. So before 10 years or before some time, so we study say b computer science, it, ece, then mca. So these are all the default, but now I'm seeing specialization in cybersecurity, specialization in aids. So now the expectations also increasing, so now everyone wants to try a. So I feel that is the only reason. So with this a, whether people will like the taste, so that we don't know, but still through this they will get some marketing. So everyone will think, okay, it uses AI to generate the flavor, let me try it. So it's similar to that. I mean that this is completely my perception, just want to share it. Okay. So this is
Good
very new.
morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Recently, one Oral-B toothbrush also they introduced
Yes,
AI-based toothbrush.
yes, yes. So like
But
what I,
how far these kind of things are they really supportive, or too much of AI doesn't seems good, isn't it, sir?
yeah, yes, true. I'm going to talk about the challenges at the end of the session. That is
Okay.
true, but we cannot avoid it. Say, sometime back, so they introduced calculators or they introduced Excel. So people were not happy. People used to say how it will sustain. But yes, we crossed it. It's a revolution we have, and we have to proceed with it. We don't have option.
Initially, the change in the mindset needs some time, actually.
Yes, but I feel after ChatGPT, the mindset change happened for AI. So everyone is ready to adapt. In fact,
Yes,
you
yes,
are
sir.
giving some product without AI only, you will be in problem. But people who are giving with AI, they will sustain.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Even when you're watching a cricket match, it is giving you the suggestions, what will happen, predictions. Or if you're watching movie, you are getting the recommendations. Or if you're ordering a product, it is coming. So everywhere, even you are using Swiggy or Zomato, it is having AI. So Swiggy, it's a data company only. Swiggy, it is not a delivering company, food delivery company. They are completely using data and AI. Uber, Ola, so everyone is using it. Even nowadays the automobile industry, so the complete AI they are using it. The MG, it's a AI car. So you cannot avoid it.
Sir, can you suggest some simple ways in which student projects could be done by collecting some kind of real data, some scenarios or some use cases like that?
uh, okay, actually, so I rely on the cloud service provider, ma'am. For example, Google or AWS or Azure, so they are giving some real time data. Or you can use some Amazon, so they are providing the real time data, so you can make a use of it. the
Okay, sir.
public
Thank
the
you.
public data set. Yep. Thank you. Okay. So this I come to know yesterday or day before yesterday. One of my connection create this bot with the help of generative AI. It is live also. So they put the name of Malar, the premium teacher name, and maybe I can just show that also. So I'm little one moment. So I'm little not aware of the syllabus and all. So I will leave it to the professors and student. So this bot is available. I can share the number and you can add it in your WhatsApp, and you can start asking the questions. So it will respond. So maybe any one of you tell some question, or you can see it. I'm Mala teacher, AI powered virtual engineering professor, well versed with Anna University syllabus. So how are you doing today? So you can ask me up to 20 questions in 24 period. That's why I didn't ask any question. I just want to try for this session. So you just ask something on your syllabus. We'll see whether the bot is responding good. Any one of you come across with this already?
Yes, sir, I have heard this.
Oh, great, ma'am. Can you ask some questions? We'll see how AI working in your area.
Tell me about the black hole.
Tell me about that.
Black hole.
So what is black hole? Maybe they are asking clearly that it has to be asked about your syllabus.
Sir, I
For
have a
example,
question about Anna University. Anna
Sir, it's
University
related to
syllabus.
physics.
Anna University.
Syllabus
Okay.
on
Okay.
AI and data science. My son is studying that. AI and data science is not updated.
I'm not sure. We'll see what is the response we get. It's taking some time. So this is also, I don't think so. So the hallucinating. Maybe I lost
Which
the
kind
same
of deep learning model may be suitable for medical diagnosis? We can ask like that deep learning models that are highly suitable for medical diagnosis.
Don't worry, if it is not responding, I will get you answer through GCP, the Gemini. Okay, it's giving the response. So that's good to hear. In the field of medical diagnosis, various deep learning models can be suitable depending on the specific task at hand. Some popular deep learning models at medical diagnosis include CNN, RNN, GAN, and autoencoders. Are you happy with the response, sir? It's at a very high level.
I
Actually,
think
prompt
it has.
engineering has to be taken care of because the question is too general. When we go on in a deeper way, prompt engineering is much more clear. The answer will be good, I think.
Great. I have some basics on the prompt engineering part as well. So we'll talk about that in the demo.
Okay, sir.
I just want to give a glimpse of it. So whatever in the real market, so in the field, our field, this is very important because I'm upskilling myself regularly. So what's happening in the industry, I should have some understanding. For example, last week we had a Google Next event. So if you haven't watched it, please go and watch. So whatever they released in previous Google Next, so this time it is not there. So they changed lots of products. So last time they had Duet A, this time Duet A is not there. So they put lots of agent builders. So many things changed. So similar to that, AWS, Azure. So watch out their product. I mean product meets or this kind of events. So you will get a better understanding.
Come here.
Okay, I request all to be unmute. Okay, fine. So let's move on. So this is the next one. So how many of you seen this prompt? Anyway, ma'am said about we have to give a good prompting. So before 1 year or before 2 year, whether we aware of prompt engineering role, I request all to be on mute. So whether we are aware of the prompt engineering, so do have we had a thought that these kind of roles will come? Yes, it's actual, it's real. So IDFC Bank, I believe you are aware of aware. So even a bank is announcing about or posting about this job role, prompt engineer. So students, when you complete your graduation, many new things will come. So try to be update. I mean, keep update yourself. So that is very important. So keep learning. So that is the only way you can move forward. And you can go check in LinkedIn or Google. There are n number of prompt engineering jobs are there, but have some idea what is prompt engineering, how it will be helpful. So what it is doing in generative AI. Always how I go. For example, when ChatGPT come, I just joined as a end user. Got the account and I was interacting with ChatGPT. Sorry, that is the first step I did. Then what's next? I try to see the architecture. So how ChatGPT works. So before ChatGPT, how are we solving it? So transformer models, then before transformer model, CNN or NN, before that NLP. So that flow, you try to have some understanding. Then the third thing, try it, get the API key, play with it, get master in it. So this is the way you have to proceed going forward. Next year some other technology will come. I feel quantum computing, it's in race. Blockchain, I guess it got diluted. So you keep checking. So that is very important. So that is the message I'm trying to pass here. So what is the plan, ma'am? Are we going to continue, or we are going to give for a break?
Sir, we shall go for break, sir.
Okay, fine. So 11:20 we have to back, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir, for
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
willingness to share your knowledge, enriches our discussion, and enhances our learning experience. Participants, there will be a short break for now, and the session will resume by 11:15.
Thank you.
Participants,
Okay.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Uh, Ma'am, can we start?
Yes, sir. We shall start.
Okay, thank you. So hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay, great. Okay, so now I will talk little about the MLA usage and how it is increasing. So this is about the McKinsey survey. So now 56% of the organization started using AI in at least one of their business function. So if 2020, 2013 and 2016, so the data science and the machine learning part having the momentum, and after 2020, maybe after chat gbt, the artificial intelligence started growing more. So it's mandate for us to upskill ourselves in a at least, even if you are learning or if you are not learning to implement the technology, at least we need to know what's happening, what are all the areas coming, so that we should have eye on it. So that is very important. uh, so like maybe you everyone will ask why suddenly AI and all. Say let's go 10 15 years back. So for example, if you are taking a photo, like before 10 years, for marriage itself we'll have 1000 or 1500 photos maximum. But nowadays, even if you are going outing or if you're going out or if you're meeting friends, you will take 50 60 photos. So within a day or within a month you will take say more than 1500 photos. It may not be applicable for everyone, but I'm talking about the maximum crowd. 70 80% of the people take at least one photo per day. So this is the example to say the data is growing more. So in that case, everything is data now. So for example, earlier we used to give money or we have to go to bank and do the transactions. So nowadays everyone is doing UPI transaction. Even some of my friends, per day they will do 10 to 15 transaction. So even if they are going to vegetable vendor or tea shop, so everywhere they are using it. Same way, so everything is data. So you are having mobile, you are going to different location, Google map is tracking everything. And you are sending mails, or everything is data. Chatting, you are doing WhatsApp chat, then that also. So similar to that, so data is generating very huge. So we are trying to use the data to get some information, or we are using that data to take some decision. I have this data. Can I use this data to improve my business, or I can sell more products, or improve the customer experience? So we are trying to do that with the help of data. So when you are doing it, so yes, this data science AI or will help you. Okay. So now we are in the position when say how it is got over. So now we don't have a no longer question of when, how. So how you are going to implement AI, or how you are going to try AI. So that is important. So these are all the few areas which is evolving now. The content creation part. So nowadays they are using AI on more on content creation. I have some example school demos we'll talk. And data driven decision. So I have this data. So what decision I can make? For example, it is showing me lots of products. So which product I can buy? So you are using data to take a decision. And software interaction. So in all the softwares or all the applications, the interaction part AI is playing. So you are booking a cab, Uber is trying to do some artificial intelligence, for example, tracking the location or finding nearby drivers, cabs. So everything is a same way. Swiggy or Zomato also doing it. So in that way, every day you are using a in your day-to-day life. Okay. After speaking everything, I'm not using AI or generative AI. So what is the outcome? Okay, thank you. So the revenue potential will be there. Say when they are buying one product and you are showing some other product to buy, so automatically they are you are selling one more product, which is upsell, or other ways. So you are giving a better customer experience. So because of that, next time they are coming to you and they are buying it, or they are giving more business. So through this, you are increasing the revenue potential. And finally, the cost saving potential. So if you say 97% cost potential you have, because say the efficiency, with the help of AI you are increasing it. So this will be the interesting, this will be the important factor. In this itself, 55% increased competition risk and 58% revenue, whereas 97% cost saving potential. So these all about some estimates. So now the myth and reality. So this is very important. Maybe I thought some of you asked this question earlier. So whether AI will take my job, or only the data science experts can use AI. So now they are telling like, yes, AI will take job. So it's not real. So what will happen? AI may automate certain repeated tasks. For example, some boring work, or some work which can take care by AI. So that work will be taken care. Say 100% work, 70% can be taken care by AI or technologies. The remaining we need humans. We cannot replace creativity or problem solving abilities. So definitely we need, but we have to upskill ourselves. We have to learn many things. And in terms of only data science experts can use AI, it is not reality, but you should have some understanding. So when you are having a understanding on the data science concepts, it will be useful. And you can use some pre-trained models, even without data science experience also you can experience AI. So that is the reality. So now so this video having audio, but it will be visually you can get the understanding. Use cases, appliances company uses AI to use cases. Appliances company uses AI to create a dish based on the products available in fridge, or a travel company try to use generative AI to create a multilingual content, or a healthcare company try to use AI to identify the diseases. So these are all the different use cases. You can just go into that site and you can get a detailed use case about it, but I just want to show a little glimpse on that. So it's very important. And yes, so every time we are seeing some revolution from 1700. So 1700 we started with the rural agricultural areas becoming industrial. So the steam engine they invented, and the revolution happened. Then 1800, telephone, electricity, airplane. So they it came, and the next level of revolution happened. And 1980s, the digital revolution. With the help of computers, many things got changed. Even year of 2000, the Y2K problem happened, and they said it will not go forward. But yes, they resolved it, and we are now. So now we are in the era of artificial intelligence. So it's like whatever we are thinking, the machine has to think, and machine has to respond it. So the machine will act like a human. Even sometimes what's happening, machine is confirming that you are a human. So we are in that era, but definitely we have to understand all these technologies, which is very important. So now you may ask, so when was the AI term first used it? So is it 2020 or 2015? You can unmute and just answer it. So any guess?
1950s.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, fine. I will just go to the answer. I guess you are right, ma'am. Maybe you are aware of the history of AI. So in 1950s, they started using on the Turing test. So they started with the day coins the term of artificial intelligence. So then slowly it got evolved, 70s, 80s, and in fact it got limelight by 1997, the IBM Deep Blue Beats. So uh, that was the actual time everyone started speaking about AI. So then after 2000, the Google also one of the reason, say we are using Gmail, so they are using spam prediction, and image, we are just doing the test capture. So they started using more on AI, and they given us the experience. So this is the brief history of AI. So now, okay, we have lots of use cases, and so I want to talk little on this ABC triangle. So yes, artificial intelligence is important, but what is the other factor which have impact on AI? So big data and cloud computing. So when you are going for a model, and you need more compute power, cloud computing will be useful. And when you have a huge data, so you need to process it. So in that scenario also cloud computing will be useful. So with the help of big data and cloud computing, we are able to deliver a better experience in artificial intelligence. So now we'll recall some basics. So what is generative AI? So before talking about generative AI, so we have these terms: artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. So yes, so artificial intelligence, it's nothing but machines are performing the thinking actions. For example, whatever I'm thinking, if machine is doing it, we call it as artificial intelligence. Then the machine learning, machine can learn based on some input. So I have a better example in the next slide, I will talk there. And okay, so machine is learning, but that is not sufficient. So it has to go with the neural nets, it has to think like me, exactly me, then deep learning. So that's the subset of machine learning, deep learning, and the machine learning is the subset of artificial intelligence. So now the generative AI, the subset of deep learning. So it's coming from the hierarchy. The last one, the generative AI. Okay, so this example will give you a better understanding. So traditional programming, what we do, I'm creating some function. So I'm defining the type animal, and it is having legs, 4 legs and 2 ears, and yawn, catnip. So these are all the parameters I'm giving it. I'm defining that cat. So in the neural network, the next level, deep learning, I'm just showing a cat image and dog image, and I'm training the machine. So this is a cat, this is not a cat. So then I'm training some 1,000 images. Then I'm showing some cat image, and I'm asking the machine, is this is a cat? Yes. So I'm getting the response. So that is the next wave. And now the generative AI. So I'm not doing that. I'm giving a huge files, huge documents, huge books, and I'm asking the model to learn. So I have n number of the data, so it has to learn themselves. So then I'm started asking what is cat, then it will tell about cat and the info. I guess it makes sense. So this is the overall growth of the generative AI. So we have a certain language model, lambda, pom, gpt. Now even GPT-4 4.5 is there. Day before yesterday they launched the llama 3, I guess, from Facebook, Meta, and same the Gemini Pro also they launched from Google. So n number of models, some models from the providers and some from open source. Just go and explore it. So definitely you will have a better understanding and experience. Yeah, so maybe Shankar shown this sometime back itself. So as a robo, it will learn within a fraction of second. So generative AI, the same thing is happening. So it is learning from the document or from the knowledge. So whatever the document we have, it is learning it. So that is happening. So this is generative AI. Okay, so now I will talk a little about the terms. So what are all the some terms in generative AI. So generative model. So the ML model that produces the content. So now we are in multimodal. So it can do code, image, music, video. For example, text to image or text to video or video to text. So we have everything. We have demo. I can experiment that. So then the large language model. So the machine learning models are very good to understand and generating the human language. But so we are going into the next level by using some neural network. The size of the data set also increasing, and we are training it. So that's where the large language model comes into place. So the backend for that, transformers. We have one nice white paper. All you need to know about transformer, so you can just go through it, and you will get a better understanding about the transformer architecture. I have small visuals in my demo. I can talk more on that. And the prompt. So prompt, it's very important. So now they are telling the hottest programming language is English. So if you know English well, you can give a better prompts and you can get a better response. So prompt engineering also evolving, and it is very important in generative AI. I can take one or two questions. Any questions? Okay, I'll take no. So I'm just trying to give a big picture on generative AI. So like we are using lots of text files, image files, speech, structured, unstructured data, some signals. So we have this data. With the help of that data, we are just training the foundation models. Say the Wikipedia data or some open source data. So we are using everything, and we are giving it to the foundation model, and it is getting trained it. So based on that foundation model, we are utilizing these tasks. For example, I'm asking some question to the model, like the Muller bot. We asked about the deep learning techniques. It was answering sentiment analysis. I'm passing some sentiment, some sentence, and it is asking the sentiment on that sentence, or some information extraction, or some image captioning. So I can do everything. I will go through all of this in the demo. Okay, so now the next part, I just want to touch a little on the value spectrum. So generative AI, not only for the developer or not only for the data scientist, it can be used for different people. For example, the assistants. So it is ChatGPT. So it's a zero code one. Without any knowledge, you can directly go and you will have a better UI. You can start ask the questions. Say the Bing chat. So now Bing also Copilot. So they introduced it. You can use it. So then the next one is the business user. So this is also low code or zero code or low code. So for example, you can ask summarize the content of 100 docs in 100 words. So then the Gen AI will help you to uh, do it. So this is similar to the agent which I was talking earlier. So then the applications, so you can use some application, you can search it. For example, now Microsoft introduced in all their products Microsoft 365 or even Looker. If you go to Google, the workspace also they have it. So you can ask something inside that application and you will get the relevant information. So now from Google also they have that enterprise search. So now they upgraded into the Google Next. I don't know the exact name. Then the APIs. So if you are a developer or AI practitioner, you can use API. You can get the API key from that service from Google or Azure or AWS. You can use it. So in the demo, I'm going to do that. I get I took some API from the AI studio and I'm going to experiment. And finally, the AI practitioner. So it should have a advanced ML skill. We can customize the model. So they created some open source model or some foundation model. So we are going to use our concept and we are going to revamp it. So this we can use Vertex AI or Azure ML. We can do it. So this is a high level AI values spectrum. Okay, now I will jump into demo. So do you have any questions so far? Sorry, it got stuck. Okay, so first I will start with yeah, I'll just start with the LLM introduction, the large language model introduction. 1 minute, some reason. Okay, so hope my
Sir, sir,
yep, sir. Do you have any questions?
sir, which is the backend you are using? SQL Server or SQLite or MySQL or P&L SQL?
No, as of now, we are using
Not
BigQuery. Uh, we are using BigQuery.
SQL. Okay, okay. Anything like new language like MongoDB? Like,
Yeah, yeah. It depends on your use case, sir. So mostly
okay,
we are using BigQuery. Even we are using Bigtable
okay,
as well. Now we are exploring the vector
okay,
databases. So now a
okay.
term called vector DBs are evolving. So you can search about vector DBs also.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I'm just starting from the beginning. I guess day before yesterday, one facilitator spoke more on the natural language processing. Maybe I will just 1 minute. Maybe he touched upon more on that stemming, lemmatization. So all that area he has shown. So I'll just talk little on that. Then I will move into generative AI. So predicting ML model. So they will take some raw text and they will remove the stop words, URLs, punctuations. Then they will do the tokenization, lemmatization, and stemming, and also using some regular expression lookup tables. They will clean the test. From that, they will use some model or some packages like NLTK or Spacey. They will try to identify the sentence. yeah, this TF-IDF technique and all, they will use it. So whether the sentence is positive or negative, so that they will do. So here, what I am trying to convince, I don't have idea on these concepts. Maybe I don't have, I don't know what is stemming, lemmatization. I request, I request all to be on mute. So I should have some understanding on NLP concepts, and I should know what is stemming lemmatization and what steps I should do. So you should have some data science experience. So without that, you cannot implement it. But in generative AI, this is not required. So I will just show that. So that's where I started. Then the NLP processing. So as he touched upon, I will not go in detail. So some terms. So NLP, which is natural language processing, NLU, which is natural language understanding, and natural language generation. So these are all the areas playing a major role in Gen AI. And the dialogue management also important. So most of the places, the generative AI, we are creating a chat environment, and or we are passing some prompt, and it will give us some response. So that is the backend. So the generative models, like some models like POM, the pathway slang model. So they started with that, and now, as I said, Llama, GPT, many models are there. So you can pick your model based on your use case. So now I will just give a little overview or difference between predictive ML model and generative AI model. So in the PPT, you have seen about the deep learning. So you are showing some images, cat, dog image, and you are training the machine. So this is dog, this is cat, right? So that is the example for the predictive ML model. So you have some data and you have labels, and you are showing, I mean, you are creating the relationship between the data and label, and it is giving the output, and you are again labeling it. For example, you are predicting you are predicting the which source given you more revenue. So these are all the factors, I got more revenue. So these are all the features, I got less revenue. So you are having the output, based on output you are labeling it. So that is one way, the predictive ML model. Whereas in generative AI model, so you are just giving the input, then the Gen AI model itself learns the pattern with the unstructured content, and it will give you the output. So the output, it can be a new content. So you are generating a content, or you are generating the sentiment. So everything you can do. So here you should have a data and label. Then the predictive model will help you to give you the output. Whereas in generative AI model, you can just pass the input, the unstructured content, and you will get the output. So we have some categories as well, the discriminative and the generative category. So the discriminative used to classify or predict, so this LLM category. So like it is based on the trained data set, and it will learn the relationship between the features and data points, and it will predict the label. So that is the discriminative one. And the generative one, it will generate the new data. So that is the generative LLM category. So
So
here it,
can I interrupt?
yes, ma'am, I'll complete it, ma'am. I'll take you
Sure,
the
sir.
question.
Sure, sir.
So here, so the foundation model, they are doing with a different set of data, the training code, the labeled data and unlabeled data. They are just giving into the foundation model, and with the foundation model, we are creating a new content, or new code, or new image. So we can do everything. Like we are generating a text, or generating a code, or generating an image. So that can be doable. So this is a multimodal example. And so I said about the transformer thing in my previous slide. So like I'm just passing a input, hi, how are you. So it is coming into the transformer. So the text getting into the encoding component, and it the text getting encoded, and from there it is going into the decoding. From there it is coming into the GPT model, the generative pre-trained model. So based on the previous data set, the learning, So hi, how are you? I'm doing all right. So it is providing me some response. So this is the overall architecture. Maybe I'm not going the detailed architecture at a high level, but if you want to learn more about transformer, we have that white paper. You can have a look on it. So then I will talk little on the prompt design as well. I will talk all this in the demo with example. For example, these are all the prompt example. You are giving some text and you are asking to summarize it, or you are generating a poem. Even last week I saw they generated a whole movie with the help of multimodal. And you are giving me some keywords to know the semantic similarity. So these are all some prompt examples. So you are giving into the large language model, and it is giving you the output like summarization or writing or keyword extraction. So it is happening. So these are all the small overview. And now we have some commercial APIs and self-hosted LLMs. So why I'm talking about that, some companies don't want to share their data outside their org. So some use cases happen, like one of the Samsung's programmer posted some code in chat gpt, and that code available to everyone, which is a highly confidential data. So nowadays companies started spending, or companies started restricting the usage. So what are all the things they have to have access? So that they are working on. So the commercial APIs, the examples like Azure OpenAI, like DaVinci Codex, or Google Vertex AI, the Text Bison, Code Bison. So these are all the some commercial APIs. So they are giving the assurance that they will not use our data, but still some companies don't want to share their data with the commercial API. So in commercial API, how it will work, the product and service. For example, in the Muller bot, so that is the product and service. So there we given some prompt. So that prompt will hit some of the cloud API. It can be OpenAI or Vertex AI. So any one of the API, then it will go to the LLM and it will provide us the response. So this is the overall flow. Whereas if we are going with a self-hosted LLM, like a Llama, which is from Meta, so the data will not go outside of your org. For example, the line here I shown, it is so this is your org, and this is external, the outside API. So whereas if you are going with on-premise one, your data will sit within your organization itself. So nowadays many companies started creating the LLM for their own company. Even now they are coming up with the SLM, small language model. So based on their requirement, based on their use case, they are creating it. So this is the high level overview. Yes ma'am.
Sir, are you asking me?
You come up with some question, or you are good now?
Yeah, yeah. I got a question. I got a question.
Yes.
And this is with respect to the topic predictive LM learning model versus generative learning model. I remember you showing a slide there, and you said that am I right, sir?
Yeah, yeah, yes ma'am.
Okay. So in that generative learning model, you said that the data, data will be generated,
Generated.
right?
Correct.
So is it not something similar to feature engineering? Like in predictive learning, I'm doing predictive analytics. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm doing predictive analytics under machine learning. That's my research. So when I'm doing that in data pre-processing, we have something called as feature engineering. So
Okay.
feature engineering concept is like that, wherein from the existing data we try to create a new data, that which was not existing before. So is it something like that? So am I
No
stepping
ma'am.
into
No ma'am.
generative then?
No, ma'am. Say, sometimes what happen, based on your data set, if you are giving a new data set, uh, it will be data fitting will not be good. The results, the accuracy will get impact. So the predictive thing is different, and the generative thing. I'll show you an example. Then you can relate it. Okay, I'll show you an example. Give me a minute.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so now I will give you some examples on the generative AI basics. So the whole exercise I'm going to use Vertex AI, the GCP environment. So I have installed certain packages which require to run my code. So if you have experience in Python, the pip install, you are aware of it. So here I just installed the Vertex AI, and also I installed the required libraries. For example, I need the Gen AI and the Vertex AI and some generative AI models for vision or text. I created something. Okay. So now I have passed the API key as well, but I have removed it due to the confidentiality, but it will work fine. So now let's talk little on the prompt design, and whatever I'm trying here, so it associate with the cost. So I'm using the commercial API of Vertex AI, and so you can just go and check about the pricing. So if you're generating some content, I have to pay money to Google, and we have the pricing calculator. You can have a look. So now we'll talk little on the prompt engineering best practices. So already ma'am said that don't ask more questions or give a better prompt. So we will talk little on the best practices. So prompt engineering, it's all about how we are designing our prompts. So to get a better response, you have to give a better prompt. So it is similar to human. Say I'm asking you some question, and I should ask the question in a right way or the correct way, then I will get a better response. So if my question itself wrong, how can I expect I will get a better response? So the same fact applies to prompt or the LLM model also. So here they are giving some suggestions. It's common terms: be concise, be specific, well defined, ask one task at a time. So improve response quality by adding more examples, and so these are all the common terminologies. Okay, so now we'll come to ask one task at a time. So we'll see the example. So in this prompt, I'm just asking what is the best method of making tea, and why is the sky is blue. So I'm asking two questions. So here I'm just using the generation model, and it is predicting the output for me, the text. Okay, so let me run it. So now it is giving me some response. So the response is the best method of making tea is to bring water to boil and remove it from the heat, let it cool for a few minutes, and tea leaves the water. Something is coming, and also the sky is blue because of the phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering. So I'm getting the response, but still it is not exact. Okay, now the question to you, ma'am. So here I'm just asking a prompt. I don't know anything about data. I don't know anything on it. So this is a generative model. I'm just asking a question, I'm getting a response. But in your predictive model, this is not the case. So how we can relate predictive and generative, ma'am? Ma'am, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go on.
Okay, thank you. So now, so as I said, ask one question at a time. So now I'm asking what is the best method to making a tea. So now if you see the response is there are many different ways to make a tea, but the best method for you depend on your personal preferences, the type of tea you are making. So some people prefer to use a teapot while others prefer to use a mug. If you are using a teapot, you will need to add tea leaves. So it is giving you the better response. Whereas I asked multiple questions in a prompt, so the response was not that good. So this is one example. Always ask one task at a time, so it will give you better response. So similar way, I'm just asking one question: why is sky blue? So here I'm getting a detailed response. So I'm just giving a prompt, and I'm getting it. So to give you some more clarity, this is similar to chat gpt only. So ChatGPT, you have a UI and you are going and asking. So instead of that, I just created in Jupyter notebook and I paused the necessary libraries and the prompts and I'm getting the response. It's more or less same. So now let's go to the next model. So here, say, as I said, based on number of tokens, the accuracy will be good. So in the above uh, prompt, I have used 1 minute. Yeah. So here I'm using a normal the text Bison model. So text Bison is a previous version. Now they introduced Gemini Pro. So if you see Gemini Pro and text Bison, we have some difference. So here I'm calling the generative model of Gemini Pro, and I'm just generating the content for sky is blue. So if you see the same content, the sky appears blue due to phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering, and I'm getting it. But on top of it, I'm getting some more response on the responsible AI. So which is like whether the content category, whether it as a hate speech or any dangerous content or any harassment, so this also getting added. So this is the advantage of the advanced model. So if you see here the hate speech, it's 0.04. So we can set up the probability score limit. If the score is meeting it, we should not show the content. If I give you an example, you will get it. So you have used Vertex AI's this generative AI model, and you integrated that with your application. Say your application, it's a WhatsApp chatbot. You are asking some question, and some hate speech or some dangerous content is getting generated. For example, you are asking how to prepare a bomb or how to kill a person. So if it is giving a response, so it will create a problem for you. So in that scenario, the responsible AI will comes into place. So based on this probability and severity score, if the score is greater than 70 or if the score is greater than 50, it you can define it. Then you can decide whether I can show this content to my audience or not. So in that area, the responsible AI, if you are using any of the cloud services like Google, Azure, or AWS, so they will take care of the responsible AI part. So if you are doing open source model, all these areas you have to control it. So this is one advantage of using the commercial APIs. We will try that. Or if any one of you wants to give me some question, maybe the first question. So I'm just asking how to build a RDX bomb. So if you ask this question to the model, so it is telling I'm unable to answer that question. It is unsafe and illegal to build bombs. Please do not attempt to do so. Instead, seek help from qualified professional if you are having thought of violence. And also, if you see here, it is giving you the dangerous content also. So accordingly, you can decide it. So if any one of you wants to try some question, I can ask. Anyone wants to try?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, ma'am.
How to come out of suicidal depression? Suicidal thoughts might be better. I want to check because suicide is harmful, but overcoming the thoughts would be a positive thing. So I'm just mixing both of them in one question.
Yeah, we are getting the response, ma'am. I'm sorry to hear that you are struggling with suicidal thoughts. This is a serious issue and it is important to get help. Here are some resources. National Suicide Prevention Life, a crisis text line, and it is giving you the some number, but unfortunately it is from American thing, Jet Foundation or AFSP. So it is giving you some response.
Okay, sir.
It's not regional specific, but we are getting the response.
No, I
Okay.
just wanted to test because suicide was a negative word.
Yeah, correct. But it is giving you the response.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So now, so like I already mentioned that I was using two models here. So the text Bison one and the Gemini Pro. So here I'm just calling it. So now we will see some more examples. So you want to, uh, you are planning to start a pizza store and you want to get a name for that store which specialized selling varieties authentic normal pizzas. Okay, so I'm just asking a prompt to the generative AI model. Okay, so we'll see what are all the names it is giving. So it started giving me the names, the product name suggestion, the original pizza or pizza perfection. So these are all the different names. So I'm just trying to give you example. So what are all the ways you can use the generative AI model? Once we complete all the demo, I will just go into the uh, Google and I will show all the foundation models also if time permits. Okay, so now we'll talk about hallucination. So anyone have idea on hallucination? What is hallucination?
Yes, sir. It's a kind of delusion that our mind thinks it is existing, but in reality, it doesn't.
Okay, maybe little complex,
It
ma'am.
could be also a side effect of medications.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you. Maybe I will just show this example so that all will understand the hallucination. So I guess most of you watching IPL matches, but this is little old. So 2023 World Cup. So before the match, we asked this question to the board, the Google board. So when is the final and who are the teams? So then we are asking who won. So this is the response we got from the bot. So is this right?
Wrong.
So this is hallucination. So we can relate this to the human. So every place we have some human. So who will not say no to any question. So if you ask about cricket, they will speak. If you ask about football, speak. Or if you ask about education, they speak. So similar to that, the AA model also, they will not say no or they will not accept that they don't know. So they will try to manage it, right? So similar way, AA also do it. So this we can say it as a hallucination. So we cannot trust the AI response always. Okay, so how we can fix it? We have some protocols or some methodologies like guardrails and all. Sorry, but I'm not going to talk more on that. But I will show some hallucination part which is coming through the model. So I'm just asking a prompt: who was the first elephant to visit the moon? So I'm asking this to my Gen AI model. Let's see the response. So it is telling the first element to visit the moon was Luna. Luna was a female elephant who was born in 1963. So which is not the right answer, but still my model is giving it. So you should remember that whatever the response I'm getting from generative AI model may not be correct always. So you have to evaluate it. So that is important. Okay, and some suggestions or some best practices on handling the prompt engineering. So always the generative task into classification task to reduce the output variability. So I will show you some example. So what is the classification task and other step that I will show you. So for example, here I'm giving you the prompt: I'm a high school student, recommend me a programming activity to improve my skills. So this is one prompt and I'm giving it and I'm asking from the Gen AI model. So then it is giving me write a program to solve a, maybe I'll run it. So here, write a program to solve a problem you are interested in. This could be anything from a game to tool. So it is giving me some response. So this is not relevant. It's relevant, but not 100%. So instead of that, let me tweak the prompt. So I'm giving you the classification task. For example, I'm asking it, I'm a high school student. Which of these activities do you suggest and why? learn Python, learn JavaScript, learn Fortran. So I'm asking this. So let's see what is the response from the generative AI model. So here I would suggest learning Python. Python is a general purpose programming language. So like most of the industry, most of them using Python. So out of these three, Python having more weightage. So the Gen AI model also suggesting Python. So always rely on your prompt. So whatever you are asking, similar to that, you will get a response. So that is another best practice. So now let's see some other things like improving the response quality by including the example. So we'll see some example. So and also we have some types in prompts: zero shot learning, one shot, multi shot, I mean few shot learning. So that we will see example. So here okay, this I want to relate to the previous session. So when they take an NLP and they want to know the sentiment of the sentence, so they did everything. For example, they taken the text, cleansed, lemmatization and stemming, then they trained it and they got the response. So here I'm not doing anything, I'm just giving a prompt: decide whether a tweet sentiment is positive, neutral or negative. I loved the new YouTube video you made. I'm just asking the sentiment. So this I'm asking to the generative AI model and I'm getting the response positive. Okay, so now, so this is a zero shot prompt. I'm not telling anything, I'm just passing my sentence and asking the sentiment, I'm getting it. So now the next example, one shot prompt. So in one shot prompt, I'm giving you the same text. On top of it, I loved the new YouTube video and I'm telling the sentiment, this is positive. And I'm asking the next tweet, this was awful, super boring. So let's see what is the response from generative AI. So yes, this is negative sentiment. So I'm getting it. So this is the next one is few shot prompt. So few shot prompt, the next level. So I'm giving you both. So the loud YouTube videos, positive, awful, negative. Now I'm asking one more tweet. Something surprised me about this video. It was actually original. It was not the same old. So let's see what is the response from. So it is positive. So in this way, we can use prompting to get a better response. So as a user, you have to decide whether I can go with zero shot or one shot or few shot. So you can decide it. You can take the call. Okay, maybe I have 20 more minutes. I have one interesting use case, so I will go little fast. Um, okay, so I will skip this. Okay, so this is a say I spoke about the multi-model. Now I have loaded this cat, and I'm going to ask a question to the generative AI model. So I just loaded this image, and I'm asking describe this image. So this is image to text. Okay, so if you see here, so this image shows a cat walking in the snow. The cat is brown and white and it was long tail. So it is giving me the response. So this will be very useful. In my use case, you can connect it. Okay. So then the next one is video to text. And yes, I spoke about the responsible AI, right? So the responsible AI also coming here. Hate speech, dangerous content, harassment. So everything is coming here. I will talk about this use case, how it will be useful. Say in your office, I request all to be unmute. Kalyani, I cannot mute also. Okay, let me. Okay, so you are hello. Okay, so you are working for a civil company. Say, let's take some civil organization, and they are capturing photos in the field. They are constructing a building, and they are taking on live photos. So when a worker not wearing a cap or some dangerous situation is happening, so they are capturing the photo or video and they are passing this to the generative AI model, and it continuously evaluating. So whenever some anomaly or some dangerous things are happening, it will send a note to the supervisor and they will take some action. So this is one use case I can relate it. So then the next one is I'm pausing one video. Maybe I can show the video also. So it's a cartoon movie. Some reason it's not coming. Okay, so this video I'm passing into my model, and let's see what is the response I'm getting it. Okay, so here just I'm taking this link and what is in the video. Let's see. So it will take some time, it is processing the video. So here I'm getting the response. So this is a behind the scenes video on the making of the movie Zootopia. So I guess you watched this movie, and so it is featuring the interview with the cast and crew and behind the scene footage. So in this way we can convert the videos into text as well. So this is one example for multimodal. Okay, and also you can create some situational chats. For example, I'm just giving a system instruction to the model: talk like a pirate, don't use rude words. Now I'm asking why is sky blue. So now if you see here it is talking like a pirate, was there mate. So this is another example. So you can create a situational chats or response as well. So this is another example. So now, okay, before that I can take one question. I have one interesting use case. Then we can close the session. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, so here I'm just going to create a marketing campaign from a product sketch. For example, consider any one of you. So you don't have any knowledge on AI or anything on the content generation or the product naming. So you are a designer, so you know how to sketch some product. Okay, so you created and you are coming into me. So you created a product sketch of some backpack. Okay, so as I said, I already created some installed the Vertex AI, the libraries. So I have installed my necessary packages. So this is the overall journey, the campaign journey. So for example, they are starting it and they are taking some insights from marketing audience trend, and based on that they need to create some email campaign or some website content. So they have to create it. So this is the flow. So now we are going to touch few points, not everything, but you will get more understanding. Okay, so this is a marketing campaign. I'm going to generate the product name, description, and what are all the features it has, and some HTML page. Okay, for this I'm going to use Gemini Pro Vision, which is a multimodal. Okay, so let's see. So this is the backpack. We'll see. I'll show you the backpack as well. 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. I'll just stop my screen sharing and I will give the. It looks like the API key got because I don't want to share the API key. Give me a minute. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, let me know once you are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay, so this is the image. So this is the sketch we have you have created, the designer. So they created this sketch, the jetpack backpack, and so they added some features like lightweight, USB charging, 15 minutes battery life. So all these things they added it. So I'm going to load this into my generative AI model. Okay. So now I'm just asking the model to,
Sir, please press that hide button, sir.
yeah, sure. Sorry. So here I'm just asking the my model to get the description. So from that model, it just created the response. The jetpack backpack is a lightweight jetpack that looks like a normal backpack. So it is giving me the complete description. So here what happened? So whatever the image was there, okay, maybe I missed to show the prompt. So here I'm just giving a prompt. This image contains a sketch of a potential product along with the some notes. Given the product sketch, describe the product as thoroughly as possible based on what you see in the image, making sure note all of the product features. So then give me the product features in array. Okay, sorry, JSON format. So that is giving me. So now the next prompt so here it gave me in the JSON format. So now my next question is, you are a marketing whiz and writer trying to come up with a name for the product shown in the image. Come up with the 10 varied interesting possible names. So we have given the backpack image, we got the description. So now we are asking the model to give some interesting names, 10 names. Okay, so now if you see these are all the names it is suggesting me: jetpack, skypack, zoom pack. Because I given some name, from that it is taking, but generative AI model is giving me the names. Okay, so now let's see the next step. That is not sufficient. So now I want to create some website. So now you are a marketing whiz and expert copywriter. So this is what we call it as a agent. We are like a role based prompts. So we are telling the generative AI model, you are a marketing whiz and expert copywriter. You are writing a website copy for a product named whatever the product name I got above. So that I am getting it. So then I'm just giving H1, header 1, header 2, and I'm giving all the details like a few short learning. So then I'm asking to create a HTML page. So before that, I'm just generating the header 1, header 2. Based on the header 1 and header 2, I'm generating the HTML page also. So I'm fixing this H1 and H2. Now I'm asking the generative AI model to generate HTML and CSS for this product. Okay, so here also I'm using Gemini Pro. Now if you see here, you can see the response: generate content HTML prompt. So it generated the complete content, the HTML page. Let's see how it looks like. So this is the test page. So HTML page: reach new heights with the nimbus, the sky is the limit. So this is some description. So in this use case, I just had only the sketch about the product, but generative AI helped me to generate the product name, description, and whatever the feature list, and some headers. Finally, the website as well. So, like I said, it is removing the duplicative work or repetitive work. Instead of having a resource, the Gen AI model itself helped me to get everything. So this is a use case I just thought of showing. So yeah, I thought of having one more experiment on the data science problem, the segmentation part. Maybe we have 5 more minutes, so I will just skip it. So this is also some clustering for the marketing campaign, and one more for the channel efficiency evaluation. So this also I'll skip because I have few more slides, and I will take one more questions. Any questions?
No, sir. Kindly proceed, sir.
Okay, thank you. So here, okay, so far we spoke about data, AI, generative AI. Yes, everything is good, but we need to think about the environment as well. So yes, AI can be powerful tool, but it is impacting some of the climate change as well. So maybe Irodu and Coimbatore. So I heard many of my friends telling that the temperature what you are getting now, it is not normal. So before 5 years or 10 years, it was a completely different climate. So I know because I was in E-road for some time. So that time E-road till GH or someplace only it is E-road. But now I heard it till Perundurai or even after Perundurai also it is E-road. So because of this global thing, we are expanding our footprint, which is creating some impact to the climate. So similar thing having impact on the AI as well. So whenever you are running a model, it involves some GPU, TPUs. So please plan it, and so just you go to this paper. So they are doing some important thing to take care of the climate change through AI. With the help of AI, how we can control or how we can create a green auto ML. So that is one. So wherever I go, I speak about this. Yes, we are using the technology, but we should leave something to our childs. So let's give importance to that. And one more video. So this is the thing which in the beginning one of the ma'am or sir asked. Anyway, you will not get the sound, but you will understand the context. Oh, sorry. Okay. So anyway, This videos having good AI use cases, but still it has some problems as well. So always good to try AI and the technologies, but before that you just ask one question, whether I need this technology to solve my problem. So that is very important. So wherever I go, I just pass this message. And yeah, so this we already seen about the hallucination, and I will skip this, like what and all we can do. Already we are up time. I'll take another 2 to 3 minutes to talk about the challenges, or we can wind up. I will just give the decision to you.
So challenges is very important because we need to know that is where we identify the research gaps.
Okay, maybe then you need to watch this video as well, ma'am. Another 5 minutes, ma'am. I'll try to complete it.
Sir, no issues. Time is not a constraint, please.
So nowadays, many issues are happening similar to that. So they are morphing some of the actress, or you are getting a voice calls with your friend name, and they are asking money. Many scams are happening. So it is another side of artificial intelligence. Even though it is giving many good things, we have some difficult problems to solve. So we have to be very careful. So maybe now over to the audience. Can you guess these celebrities?
Sir, are you trying to give a demo on deepfake algorithms?
Not demo, but these images generated by deepfake. I mean, these images generated by AI. So now this is also happening. So you will get a video call, and they will morph with your friend image, and they will ask about money or some confidential information. So here also they are using artificial intelligence, so you have to be very careful. So these are all some problem areas I just want to touch upon. The threats. So like we are getting the comments, feedback from Amazon. Say whenever we are buying a Amazon product, we go and read the reviews and buy the product. So with the help of AI, they can report some fake positives, so that they can do. And the autonomous decision making also another problem. So now they are going with the driverless car. So that also one area. And lots of cyber attacks happening, so that is through AI driven. And also the responsibility and explainability is the other threat. So whatever things happening in AI model. So just now I shown about the Gen AI model to get response for everything, but inside what happened, I don't know. Maybe 2 days back, other felicitator shown about the NLP and the complete thing. So he explained everything. So each and every step we know what's happening. But in this model, we were not aware of anything. The explainability is not at all there. That is. And the responsible AI, luckily, so if you are using any commercial APIs like Google, Microsoft, or Azure, or AWS, so they are implying their responsible AI into their API. For example, the accountability, liability, so the legal part, they are taking care. And now they are going with the explainability and transparency as well. So they are trying to create some black box algorithm where we can go and see what they are doing it. And they are taking care of the ethics. So in the content generation itself, we saw about the harassment, or some so they are tagging the sentence into the relevant topic. So in that way we can handle it. So it's up to us to decide whether I can show that to my website or not. That I can take the decision. So in that way we can use their services and get use of this responsibility and also fairness. So the bias and everything they are handling it. So this is a pillar, actually the responsibility pillar. The four items: accountability and liability, explainability and transparency, ethics and fairness. So these areas they are taking care. But when you are trying your own models, the open source model, so it's the responsible release on you, so you have to take care. And what we can do, yes, we have some difficulties problem, yes, everything is there. So we need to create some boards or some directions. For example, when we started banking, some frauds were happening. Time to time they started adding, for example, they added ombudsman, or insurance they added IRDA, for telephone they added Troy. So similar to that, for each organization or even the government bodies come up with some research direction. So they should create different roles, like a policymaker. Policymaker, what things they have to, they create some policies. The business leaders, so if you are using AI, what are all the things we need to take care? Similar to that, the researcher, developer. So, like role based policies, also we have to release it. In that way, we can improve the AI usage and avoid these threats. And the final part, I already spoke. So whatever the technology comes, try to be an user, then just check the architecture and background, then you experiment it. Because we are in the era, every week or every day new technologies are coming, and we have to upskill ourselves. And I follow some of this. I believe you are aware of most of this, the the massive online open courses like EDX, Coursera, Udemy. I used to take some courses. And always I take the cloud solution provider learning path, GCP, Microsoft Azure, or AWS, or IBM Cognitive Class. We have some wonderful materials. And also, I'm a big fan of Andrew NG courses, the deep learning. So the complete LLM part I learned through that. And also, I'm taking some courses in the Stanford CS229. It's a YouTube channel, and you can get entire content from Stanford. So whatever they are teaching to the Stanford students, you can get the details. So it will be very useful. So if you have some basic understanding on data science and other stuff, you can start with this. No, I have to start my data science journey. Then just go and download this ISLR book. It's a free book available in internet. It will be little tough to read because the terms are little complex, but once you complete it, yes, you can start your data science journey. So these are all some learning resources I follow. And yeah, that's all from me. And I'm open for questions. This is my LinkedIn profile. Please feel free to connect me.
Now it's time for the participants to ask their queries and clarify any doubts with the resource person.
Sir, for ISR, hello,
Yeah, yes,
sir.
sir.
For ISLR books, where will we have to go and download, sir?
I'll show you, sir.
ISLR book.
Yeah, sir. I'll show you 1 minute.
Okay, sir. Can you send the link, sir?
Sir, it's available in. I'll show you. It's not that tough. Even the good part is now ISLR book is available in Python as well. I used to read with R. You can just go to Google and you can search ISLR. So you can. I request all to be unmute. So here you can see the slides data set, and if you want to download the book also, you can do it. So everything is there, sir. So even each topic wise, the Python notebook also you can get it. Okay. Any other questions? And sorry, taken 10 more minutes. Sorry about that. So this is the, but this book is in R, but you can download it and go through it, sir. Yeah, I would like to know your feedback as well. So this is my first session, which I did for 2 hours.
The feedback form link has been posted in the chat box. Participants, please take a moment to provide your valuable feedback.
Okay. Any other questions? And also, maybe ma'am missed to say, last minute they reached out to me. I got to know about this conference 1 day back only, and also I was little occupied with my work, and within very limited time only I prepared this. Hope it was good.
Sir, it's very really nice for our faculty members, sir. It's very useful in the research direction. You have given a very informative session, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm open for questions. I will be available for another 5 minutes.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening and engaging the session. Your insights were truly valuable and thought-provoking. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. With this note, I would like to invite Ms. Pooja, second MCA student, Congo Engineering College, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, all. It's with immense pleasure we would like to thank both the colleges, namely Congo Engineering College, Perundurai, Tamil Nadu, India, and the College of Computing and Information Sciences, University of Technology and Applied Sciences, IBRI, Oman, for providing the platform that has allowed us to connect with esteemed experts around the world to enhance our knowledge and skills in deep learning and social media analytics. I extend my sincere thanks to the organizing committee of International One Week Faculty Development Program on deep learning techniques for social media analytics, organizing team from Congo Engineering College, Dr. A. Tamilarsi ma'am, HOD and Professor, Dr. M. Paingudi ma'am, Associate Professor, Dr. P. Vijay Kumar sir, Assistant Professor, and the organizing team from the College of Computing and Information Sciences, Dr. Amal Bhatti Sedalabri ma'am, HOD, Dr. Hemalata Gunasekharan ma'am, Lecturer, Dr. Wilfred Blessing sir, Senior Lecturer. Thank you, organizing committee, for the meticulous planning and unwavering support that ensured the smooth execution of this program. On behalf of organizing committee, I extend a heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished resource persons who have generously shared their expertise, insights, and research findings with us during this program. Their enlightening sessions have undoubtedly enriched our understanding and inspired new avenues of exploration in the realm of deep learning and social media analytics. I also extend a special thanks to our partnering institution, the College of Computing and Information Sciences, University of Technology and Applied Sciences, IBRI Oman, for their collaboration and support in making this program success. I extend a warm thanks to all our participants, both local and international, for your active engagement, enthusiasm, and contributions throughout the sessions. I would like to thank the comparing team for their cooperation. I would also like to thank Dhyanish and team for providing the technical support. In conclusion, this program has been a remarkable journey of knowledge exchange, networking, and collaborative learning. Let us carry forward the insights gained here to further our research and educational endeavors in exciting domains of deep learning and social media analytics. Thank you all once again.
Thank you, Pooja, for delivering vote of thanks. Thank you once again for your support and enthusiasm. Your involvement have been instrumental in making this event a success. All session PPT and coding will be shared through mail. Certificates will be issued on 26th of April. Quiz will be conducted for the participants. On scoring above 50% in the quiz, certificates will be provided.
Ma'am, a quiz link will be get through Gmail.
Yes, sir, it will be shared tomorrow.
Thank you.
Ma'am? Paingudi ma'am?
Roslyn, ma'am? Yeah, tell me,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am. Mr. Navaneethan is there, still online. I would
Yes,
like to
ma'am.
add something.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. He is
Sir,
on call.
I'm Roslyn here and I'm doing the research. And regarding the ethical concerns and practices, I would also like to recommend the UNESCO's recommendations. You can just go there and type there UNESCO. That would be a better way to say it. It's internationally accepted. Okay, how to have responsible AI. So the guidelines have been prescribed by UNESCO itself. So probably you can include the slides from them also.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. Thank you. Okay, I guess we can close the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And thanks to the organizers as well.
Thank you all. Have a good day.
Cái